Warcraft 1. Yeah.
As I said,
no, but I'm a big Warcraft guy, and it's like I didn't realize I did it, but it's like there's no way I didn't like subconsciously do that.
did you call it Silver Moon or something?
Oh no, Fallius.
By the way, I speak both Arc and Fi. If any of you wants to learn it, just let me know, and you can use me as an excuse to learn.
This one.
I speak both Arc and Fi. Fairy language. If you want an excuse, like an in-game excuse for your character to learn a language, you could learn one of the languages that other characters speak, you know? And personally, I speak Arc, which is like the Orc adjacent language, and Fairy language, Fae. If you want to learn Draconic instead, I cannot teach you Draconic, I'm sorry. Yeah, that's the rogue for you.
Oh, yeah.
Rogues have all the skill feats.
So many to choose, so little time. I was meant to change my weapon to something else, and I can't remember what it was. Oh. No, it's 2. Under the feats.
Under feats.
Yeah. Abilities, feats, and rules and abilities. Or in the tracker, if you want. I highly recommend using Path Builder to track what you're doing. It's easier. It's easier to navigate than Fantasy Ground.
And then forget about it.
That's the reason why I always play with Path Builder open.
What's this fuck boy? Well, you are called Speedy, so it does make sense. Oh, not if you play D&D, really. There's like 2 ways to go past it. One is a book you read, and the others are just items. I think they will only go to 22, though. Or maybe one's 24, I can't remember. Are we ready?
Yeah, when you crit with a weapon, you get critical specialization. Basically, an extra effect on criticals.
Are you ready? Are you ready to go?
In our last episode,
Whomst amongst you for a glorious card can tell us what happened last time?
I mean,
You
I can.
said me.
Anyone can?
Go ahead. You said me. Go on.
It's a short session.
We departed from the village after solving that issue and having some very careful words with the mayor. And then he ran off like a big little baby. And the miners and the rock people, whatever they were, the Mephit and Granite, decided to work together after we coerced them into it. And then we departed for Antimony, on the way taking a short journey across the wilds to Horse, where Leroy had visions of what happened there. All the people got taken away, and everything else got burnt.
It was very traumatic.
Yes, I got some alcohol, which promptly got drunk. Made me quite upset. No. Somehow. Make it even more flammable. Hey. And then we travelled back across the wilds onto the main road, arriving on the outskirts of Antimony, where there's some big, like, stone chains, rocks rising into the sky as the wall.
Absolutely.
Pretty much, we found out a bit more about what happened in Tours. Basically, from what we gather, the Inquisition took everyone away, which is not very nice. But at least
Your
they
face
didn't.
explode. Sorry.
At least they didn't kill everyone immediately. That's. But yeah, also you gave me lessons on how to behave properly and avoid.
Mm.
And now I am trained in society, so it worked.
Oh my god, what? What a shock, what a plot twist, guys.
Secret backstory on
We even went as far as having a small bonding moment between Leroy and Corin. Well,
Did we? Bonding moment, did we?
That was part of it.
Are we talking about the part where I talked shit on your hopes and dreams?
Yeah.
I wouldn't really call that bonding.
I promised to give you alcohol in exchange for more info on your backstory.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. I shall dish out well-deserved cards.
My card has a spelling mistake.
none for
What?
me.
I want a new
Josh.
one. It's not.
Hey, what happened to my card? Where'd it go?
I've given you a card. We know this happens every single time. It always happens at the start of every session, and everyone is somehow always shocked.
It was there. Now I've got... No, you shouldn't have given me a card because I didn't contribute anything.
Well, too bad.
Discard it then. Get rid of it.
It's a really good card, though. It's
Discard
so good.
it.
Nice.
Me too.
Oh my god. And I need to have 3 by the end of the session, is that right, Josh?
You need to have 3 by the start of the session.
Okay, fine.
Oh, I had 4 at the start.
Before you give me a new one?
Yes. sometime between the end of next session and the start of between the end of this session and the start of next session, you must have 3 cards.
I'm going to discard this one since I shouldn't have had it then.
I mean, I'm.
It shouldn't matter if it's average. It's what you can do with it that matters.
Do you mean total health or just
HP?
That's mine as well. 51 total.
I have 63.
To be fair,
Just put it out there.
I'm
not
55.
used to playing the character. I have the most health. Oh my heck.
What is everybody's armor class?
22.
Oh heck. 21.
Okay. Yeah, 18, and I don't have armor on either. It's just very different, isn't it?
Neither do I.
I have armor, and I have 22 armor class.
Fascinating. We're going to antimony. We're going to find Ted, everyone.
We're in antimony.
On a side note, I'm almost done I'm almost done with your crafting, Speedy. I'm missing Alpha Day.
Same.
And I have a question for Josh.
Yes.
I have a card that allows me to make a purchase for half the price.
Yes.
Would I be able to use it to complete crafting in a cheaper way? I know that it's not a purchase, but you know what I mean.
I would say no.
That's fair. That's fair.
All right. Anyone need anything else before we kick off proper?
Nope. Just how do these city folk respond to weird mixes of people?
All right. Then as you are stepping in, you'll be able to excuse me. If words could leave my face, that would help. You can attempt to ascertain some of that there, Yuloth.
Okay.
As you wander in, would you care to give me? I will take either a society or a perception roll. Your choice.
Oh, I think there's only one answer to that, Josh.
What are you trying to do here? Sorry.
12. I'm trying to figure out how people feel about weird people of different.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so what you'll
Like a
get
doll.
is, initially, people seem to be very unfussed about you. You see, there are quite a few people who are walking around with various clearly magical items on them. A lot of people, you think it's probably a brand or something because they all have the same logo on the front of them. But a lot of people are wearing these sort of rain cloaks that have these glowing runes on the outside. There's a lot of people who have a bit of a wizardy bearing to them as well. After a few minutes walking in, you will notice that up the road there is a group of people all wearing white cloaks that pretty much completely conceal everything on them. It's just fully cloaked, hood up, just plain white, and people seem to be parting around them, and there's about 5 of them. People seem to be giving them quite a wide berth. But no one seems terribly fussed about you.
Just as we're...
Sorry. Go on.
Just as we're moving through the city, I would like to keep an eye out for anyone... What's the word here? Anyone that looks really Empire-y and Empire guards looking out for us and whatnot.
Very good. You two can give me a perception, please.
Oui, oui.
As I am an expert
13.
in both Arcana and crafting, would I recognize the symbol on the magic items? Like maybe some famous crafter or something, I don't know.
No, you wouldn't be familiar with this.
Good to know.
Corin, you don't see anyone. All looks pretty safe to you.
Okay, yeah, I'll just be glancing around as we're going, but other than that, carry on.
Yes, because you grew up here. So you know that these are the cult of the bone, which is a not like that. It's they are a pretty prestigious order. They're sort of a secret society, sort of not. Their general go is lots and lots of people in the city are members. But it's very much sort of it's not a secret who's a member, but as soon as you get sort of into the upper ranks, it's a secret who's in the upper ranks.
Basically,
The big thing about them is that they are the most free to practice magic in the city. They do not carry licenses as magic users. Their membership, proof of their membership, is enough. At least in the city, it's not accepted everywhere. A lot of the people at the Academy of Magic are members, and if you are a magic user in Antimony, it's kind of seen as a mark of shame if you weren't good enough to get into the cult as well. They're also the only group that is allowed to practice necromancy, hence the name. Mm. You've never been inside any of their temples, but they're called temples, but they're temples in the same way that, some offshoots of the Masons call their places
Yeah,
temples.
that's what I
They're
was
not really
thinking.
temples, they're basically private pubs.
Hang on,
Yeah.
hang on. I have a skill for this, Josh.
Ah.
I took a freaking feat all about schooled in secrets. Here we go. I noticed
Ooh.
the signs and symbols that members of mystery cults and other secret societies use to declare their affiliation to fellow members.
Okay,
It's kind
then
of an
you.
overt.
Does that?
Yeah.
I mean, yes, there's an overt, but is there any covert? Because I would know it. Because I
Ooh.
took this freaking feat.
I tell you what, give me a perception.
Okay, another one. Or can
Yes.
I do an occultism? Is it about
No, this
occultism?
is just. There's not about
Alright.
knowing. This is noticing.
Noticing. 22.
Nice.
Very nice. Okay, so you will notice while they are pretty much fully covered head to toe, there are little gestures that come out. Some of the people at the back, occasionally give little hand signs, and you'll notice
I would
sort of
definitely notice that. Yes.
in like you did really well. So you can also see like in little back alleys and also like some of the second story buildings with windows, you can see people looking out of windows, and you could see a couple of times where hand signs are returned and then people disappear, presumably to go off and do and carry out some order.
Whoa. Do I have any sense of what the hell they're doing, or does it just seem like this is just like the
Ooh,
communication that keeps the thing going?
I will take an occultism because that's
Okay.
very secret information.
Yes. With a very high DC. Oh, it was nearly a 20! Can I use a hero point? I really want to know this.
You can, yes.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Good. Gentle. It was so nearly a 20. Come on, come on.
It was. Oh.
Oh!
Oh, it was almost a 19.
Such
So-
a waste. I don't get anything, don't worry, it's fine.
With the 10, you will get something. Because that is base success. You just won't get any of the fancy gubbins.
Shit.
So, you will know at no point did either of the people in any of these interactions gesture in your direction. You
Okay.
don't think there was any pointing gestures involved at all, really. So you can tell that these gestures are probably more standing orders rather than
specific to us. That's just
yeah,
stuff
you
that's
don't
going
think they're
on.
necessarily anything to do with you.
Okay, fine.
And you think they're probably in reference to that group's affairs rather than orders to
Anything,
like
yeah.
to get rid of anyone or do anything like that.
Yes. Okay. Fine. Fine. So I'm just going to just very quietly cast message to Leroy and just say that they communicate via hand signals. Just watch their hands.
I can respond, right?
Yes, you can.
Oh, a secret language. We should try and make one for our own as well. That sounds cool.
She'll just give you a little nod. Thank you for
Also-
indulging me in that feat.
Well, no, Yulof, there's one other thing you'll get because of your feat.
Okay, thank you.
You will know why they're doing hand signs instead of as a particularly magical group, not just casting
Yeah.
message.
Sure.
It's because if someone is sufficiently skilled, you can intercept message spells. But there isn't really any convenient way of magically detecting if someone does a hand sign.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that is
I may
almost
have just
certainly a
tipped our
security
hand,
measure.
but that's fine. That's fine. Let's see if somebody wants some interest in us. Just
I have
'cause
a
cast a spell.
small question.
Mhm.
When you say that necromancy is prohibited to everyone else, you mean specifically raising the dead and stuff like that, or anything that is in the school of necromancy? Because
No, the school of necromancy broadly is fine. It is raising the dead. Technically speaking to the dead is illegal. It's just that barely anyone enforces it. It's anything that involves, bringing someone's granny back to life, giving her a sword and telling her to go raid that village, or anything that could be done to aid in that endeavor is banned.
So anyone can cast heal, for example, but if it involves raising a skeleton, it's a problem.
Yes. It's
Okay.
one of those things of there's a lot of technicalities. Like if you cast a healing spell on anyone else, that's fine. If you cast a healing spell on a skeleton, technically they could probably fine you for it if they were in the mood.
If you cast an healing spell on a skeleton to damage the skeleton?
To heal the skeleton.
Oh, so harm. If you cast harm on a skeleton. Okay. It's confusing. Sorry. That was just my curiosity as a player, actually. Okay.
So, whereabouts are you going? I believe Speedy's the only one who's been here before.
We're looking for Ted. Where would Ted be?
Well, I have somewhere I'd like to go, but I should probably save that for myself. I don't think you people will be interested in it really.
Well, Speedy, I have to finish your weapon. Because I started it. I would like to finish.
Meet the parents. Meet the parents.
I kind of promised Corin to buy him some drinks.
Yeah, probably heading to a tavern and getting a room at least wouldn't be a bad idea.
We should also start investigating on the whereabouts of the of the people.
You will know that, incidentally, Speedy, your place does have guest rooms.
Well, yeah, be better to stay somewhere we are familiar with, I guess, and saving money wouldn't be a bad idea.
I would also
not,
love to meet your father. He sounds amazing.
not to be offensive, Speedy, but would any of the beds be big enough for me?
Yes.
She just looks, she's like twice as tall as everybody else in this fucking party. She's just slightly concerned. You were raised by gnomes, right?
This is starting. This is starting
Yeah.
to give off a very Snow White and the Seven Dwarf
It
vibe.
really is, and she is particularly tall and hench, basically. So
Well, shall we head
It's
there? Then we could probably have a look around the city. Oh, well, I guess then. The Empire coat that I threw in the well last session, what the heck are you on about? Oh my god. I did turn it inside out a few sessions before that, and then I threw it down the well in Two Horse. I am wearing a vest and a shirt with rolled up sleeves at the moment.
are you going to get cold, Corin?
Oh no,
Need to
it's
get you
a
a new jacket?
it's a little trick. I'm still wearing my cape and my armor. I'll wrap my knuckles against my chest and you hear me hitting a breastplate.
Mhm.
Oh,
Is this okay? Cool.
All
My chat
right.
just wiped. For some reason.
You start heading up towards your place, Speedy. You are in the second ring of this three-tiered city, which does mean you have to go up some really rather long stairs. It's like a 3-minute walk just upstairs.
Stairs or ramp? Because we're on a cart.
Stairs.
Oh, we need to check. Yeah, I suppose we need to check our cart in at the entrance of the city.
You can check your cart in, absolutely. There's a little stable, or a stable master will happily take your cart and a little bit of money and watch it for you. Mhm. And heading in, you will eventually get to your place. So you've gone up this sort of ascended these stairs through these huge viney areas, and then you just pass this little threshold of ground to the second level, and immediately it is just packed streets of incredibly tight terraced houses, just winding and weaving in and out of each other. Some of the streets, it's not all a flat surface, so some of the streets kind of go up and over other streets and then sort of weave around under them and to the side. It is just a mess of streets. And you eventually go there. You have this little sort of thin terrace that's 2 floors, painted bright yellow, and with this sort of bright painted door with a little knocker that looks like a kind of classic gnome head with the pointy hat and everything, and the door knocker is the little moustache.
Classic. Well, are you going in then, or
I mean, Isn't your father a craftsman? I consider myself a craftsman as well, and I would really like to meet someone capable of making something like your work.
Are your family racist? They took you in.
Look, I'm not gonna lie, not many people have found Leroy really that weird, so as much as I thought it was weird, maybe it's just like the normal around this country.
And I've got green skin. Like
Well,
you.
so does Speedy.
Yeah, that's what I mean. They'll probably think I'm just like your big sister.
You knock on the door, and by the time you've raised up for the second knock, the door opens, and all
Please
of
don't.
you will see possibly the beefiest gnome you have ever seen in your lives. He is at least as wide as he is tall, possibly slightly wider, just pure muscle, wearing like a leather apron, a like one of the gnome, sort of the pointed gnome hats, but it's sort of a brown leather with little bits of metal welded onto it, and uh, they're just covered in like belts with tools hanging off of them, and just he looks up to you and says, "Speedy, what? Speedy's back!" And just calls out inside. Where have you been? I haven't seen you in ages. Oh, you're killing monsters. Could have time to kill monsters. Don't have time to send your old letter. Oh,
Hello.
brought some friends. Please come in, please. I'll sort of wave you all in. This place, it's clearly sized for gnomes. It is.
So my
Perfect.
question was not unreasonable.
It's a fairly. So what you'll notice, it feels packed in. It feels every space that could be filled is full. But I will take a perception from everyone, please.
Yeah, hoarders.
I mean, you already know this, Speedy, so you don't really need to roll. But we just need one from Yulof.
Oh, sorry. That was me. I think I clicked it and it didn't.
I feel left
Okay.
out.
Corin,
Hello.
what everything feels ever so slightly off because you're like pretty sure that this room is like 30% wider than the size of the house should allow.
I'm just like staring at the side of the walls, swapping my head back and forth like someone's watching a tennis game.
Like there's the little windows out to the side should come up right to the edges of the next buildings, but the room goes on for like a few extra feet.
This is a impressive building you have here.
Well, thank you very much. It's not much, but it's what we've got. Are you going to be staying for dinner or? I would have loved some warning, but yes, sure. Just give me a minute, and he will wander off to the. You're in a sort of a front room with a little sofas and dining table, and then there's one door leading to a corridor, and you could see the corridor has another 3 doors down it. What he does is he pulls a hammer off of his belt that you could see has a bunch of sigils etched into the top of it, and he sort of runs it down the side of the door frame and gives it a
It's
few
a swipe card.
bangs, and you will see as the corridor gets about twice as long and a bunch of extra rooms just sort of phase into it.
Speedy,
I am absolutely in love with everything I hear.
you didn't tell me that your father was a wizard. Well, usually when somebody's a blacksmith, whatever. Okay. Is he?
All right, I'm not a wizard. It's
Have
just
you heard that?
yes,
Oh, I was
I'm
whispering.
short, not deaf.
Yeah, fair enough.
I am very impressed by your craftsmanship, and I dearly wish to compare notes about. I think of myself as a magical craftsman as well, and I would love to see what else you can do. That was amazing. I want to know everything about this place.
My goodness, Speedy, you've picked up a fluff golem.
A fluff golem?
I also have a working chair with me. By the way, the door in front looked perfect for animating it, you know? Like the face on the knocker was perfect to give it some movement and make it stare at people as they enter. That will look so cool.
I think it might put people off, to be honest, but please make yourselves at home. We'll get some tea.
Thank you, thank you. It's very kind of you.
I will.
I will spend some time looking at every bit of magical looking stuff in the room, just out of pure curiosity and fascination. I want to see everything in this place.
So, Speedy, is there a Mrs. Katie? Yeah. Okay. Sorry, I just wasn't sure if she was, well, dead or not. You know. Most people do. What? Right. You're making this a bit weird, you know. Okay.
What can happen in a month? What can happen in a month? Oh yeah, she's just in the market.
Great. Well, I mean, yeah.
Oh, so you're not getting bored of it then? You're not thinking of maybe settling down for a normal job, with a pension?
Joining the family business.
Well, you don't have to be a blacksmith. You can do anything. Just, something. You can't be killing monsters forever.
If it's if it
Eventually,
puts
one of them will kill you.
my dear,
Exactly.
my my dear friend, if it puts you at ease, your daughter is currently a knight in training under my tutelage. And as soon as the tax revenue starts coming in, I plan to give her a pension as well. Don't worry. Pensions will be included.
Have you been employed by a fluff golem? You can't go believing everything every wandering construct tells you.
See, I told you.
True. It's true, Mr. Speedy. He is a king.
Look, I thought we agreed to keep this on the down low whilst we're in antimony, didn't we?
Well, yes, but we're amongst friends.
We have known Speedy literally like 3 days.
Oh,
She
is that
just told her
right? He
dad.
says, slowly turning to look at Speedy. That's not very long. Could I have a I think Leroy's the only one who would be able to see that with his position. Give me a perception there.
I couldn't catch what Speedy said. Like, what was the last thing you said? That was a 17.
You will notice you'll notice the gnome sort of slide a chisel off of his belt under the table and just like give it a couple taps on the table leg, and across the room what you now realize was a safe just slides itself behind a couch.
Well, that's amazing. That's an amazing security system. I'm very impressed. I will definitely when I build my next castle, I will definitely call you for working on the security.
But I didn't say anything about I would never, ever imply something about a guest. But why are you doing that? Why just you're about killing monsters and stealing things? This is not how I raised you.
Oh, I just realized we didn't introduce ourselves properly. I am uh, I am known as William David Leonard Solomon Leroy von Trombolk. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Do you have a shorter version of that?
Leroy will suffice.
All right.
Or your majesty, if you feel fancy.
Oh, God.
I will not call you that.
Leroy
Good.
will suffice.
And I'm his vizier, Eloth Magarish. She'll just curtsy.
Okay.
Curtsies hits head on.
Well,
Hello.
it's a
She's
pleasure to have you all here. I'm Spud Smith.
Smith the Smith, eh?
Yeah, that's why.
Fair enough.
So what brings you to the city?
Just visiting you, actually. Speedy mentioned that she missed home, right?
Eloth just looks really confused.
I must say I was personally impressed by the craftsmanship on Speedy's weapon, the firearm, and I wanted to meet the maker as soon as possible.
Well, afraid I am not at liberty to discuss guild trade secrets, but
I just wanted to compliment you honestly. Don't worry, I understand that a craftsman needs some secrets of the trade. But it is a very
Yes.
well-made object, and I'm impressed.
Well, thank you. Well,
But-
you're welcome to stay here as long as you need.
That's
I believe what my vizier is trying to say is that we are also looking for some acquaintances, and an important family member of me and you lot. However, I don't know if you will know them, I'm afraid. So,
Well,
don't want-
Miss Yuloth, perhaps you could tell me about them.
it's my uncle. Uncle Ted from Two Horse. We think maybe he's gotten mixed up in some bad business. Some men from Vim came. Really nasty fellow, actually. Now Ted's missing.
What does he look like?
Yes,
She
tell us.
will.
I will draw a portrait of Ted.
I just want to watch this. I want to watch Spud's reaction as this is being told.
Yeah, I don't have any way of magically showing it, so
I will do a quick sketch of Ted's face.
So
And-
he smells of cabbage. And
A very good drawing.
he's about this tall. He's got grey hair. Walks with a bit of a limp.
I give him a 26 crafting sketch of Ted. Should help.
Well, I'll have an ask around and see if anyone's seen him.
No.
If he might be a prisoner, so
Of the Empire,
it might be better not to ask.
or tell people we don't know.
But this is Speedy's dad.
Again,
Mr.
we have known
Mr.
Speedy literally like 3 days.
Mr. Spud, Ted raised me like you raised Speedy. He took me in when nobody else wanted me. When my family sent me away. It's really important that we find him. Please don't tell on us to the Empire.
He sort
Her
of
bottom lip is
softens,
quivering.
and then when you mention the Empire, gets a bit of a conflicted look. All right, I'll do what I can. Yes, Speedy, it would be really bad if we put ourselves in danger regularly for no good reason.
Facepalm.
Eulost will just shyly reach down and give Spud just a very shy, very quick hug and say thank you and turn
It's
away.
all right. Have some dinner, it'll help.
Do you have any
Oh, what are we
cabbage
having?
or turnips?
Oh my god.
I think I've got some in the pantry.
I could make you Ted's favorite dish. Turnip
Cabbage and turnip.
cabbage fricassee.
Which
I-
Make you feel better, then sure.
Well, it's the least we could do since you're putting us up.
I mean, you don't need to. We've got a system for that.
What?
We've got a. I'll show you. And he will go over to. Well, you're all at the dining table. And he will give it a bit of a thump on the side, and a tiny little sort of square of it will just flip over, and there's this like maybe 3 inches tall, this tiny little bright red, like little devil imp with like the wings and the pointed tail and the horns and everything, and it'll just go and Spud will say, just fix us something to eat, would you? And around the middle of the table, um a series of like little sections will flip over, and this little sort of kitchen will be set up for the imp, who then starts working away.
Wow.
Out of curiosity, would I recognize what kind of impish creature is this? Like,
Um, I'll take a roll. I'll take a knowledge roll because this is a weird situation.
Yeah,
would this
that's
be
what Leroy
esoteric,
excels in. Yeah,
esoteric
exactly.
or religion or what? Or arcana? I don't know.
I'd like an esoteric, please.
Oh, that's.
Oh, he was hoping you would say that.
So
Oh, central.
you would say this is a quasit that has been shrunk. Probably doesn't actually live like inside the table. It's just you reckon they're probably just summoned when someone hits it, but
That's absolutely fascinating. Is demon summoning a common part of furniture in antimony? That's amazing.
it's just I think we got it 2 weeks ago. It's just the latest thing.
Do I now?
Yeah.
Now I have a question. Do I see the same symbol on the kitchen appliances as the symbol on the various magic items in town?
Indeed, you do.
Whoa! And from my general knowledge, from everything I know and heard about, does the Empire or anyone in antimony consider demon summoning safe in this kind of circumstance? Like, I understand that Aquasit is like extremely weak as a demon, but it's technically a demon, so I'm curious.
It would generally be considered. There are ways to do it safely. If this were made by an incredibly skilled craftsperson in a, in a secure environment and it was maintained very well, then it would be safe. If it were mass produced shoddily, it could be incredibly dangerous.
Are these custom made? How do they make these things?
I just bought it from the store down the road, the furniture shop.
Do they make many?
Pardon?
Do they make many of these?
They make a lot of them. I mean, not just tables, but they do all sorts of things like this.
Ah, yes. Sorry, I didn't explain my question. Do they sell a lot of these specific furniture with demons in it?
Well, I don't know how many they sell, but they certainly got quite a few on display.
Hmm. Will they be able, without breaking anything, to check how secure this object looks? Like check sigils and stuff. I am expert in Arcana and crafting, so maybe I can at least check.
I would like an Arcana roll, please.
I mean, there is a difference summoning seal. Wait,
That's
Yeah, I mean,
acrobatics.
this
I'm
seems
sorry, that's
pretty
acrobatics.
well made to you. This seems,
I'm
frankly.
sorry. Should have been a plus 11 instead of plus 1.
Okay.
I rolled that
So
22.
instead of Arcana. Do I
what
count,
you
do I
will.
count the same roll or do I roll again with Arcana?
No, that's fine. I'll take it.
It's a
What you
2.
could tell is this seems, from a carpentry perspective, it's nice. It's fine. It's, nothing incredible. It's not like royalty stuff, but it's good. From a magical perspective, good grief, this would be expensive to make, like expensive to make. It seems incredibly secure. It seems incredibly well made. If someone took an axe to it, granted, you can't properly tell without taking it to bits, but you can see telltale signs that suggest to you there's probably countermeasures built into it, so that even if someone had a massive go at it, the spell circles would dismantle themselves instead of going wrong. This is like, dozens of platinum worth of table here. At this point, you're starting to smell the roast boar. It's about the size of someone's hand. This roast boar that's going on this little spit in the middle of the table, and the imp is currently tossing a bunch of vegetables in a big pot.
Oh my one, this is amazing. The craftsmanship on this is absolutely stellar, especially the sigils. This has to cost a fortune to make. How much did you pay this?
Oh, I got it on sale, you see.
Even
was,
on sale, it must cost a lot.
It was, I think 3 gold. 3 gold and some silver. Well, like I say, I got it on sale.
Josh, correct me if I'm wrong. For that price, they will basically lose all of the money, right?
Oh yeah.
That
wouldn't even come close to half the cost of components.
But no one knows that except
I will look at Ulot and speak in Arc, Orcish, and be like, while this is incredibly well made, it should cost several platinum pieces to just cover the materials. This is extremely suspicious.
Well, I don't know if I'd say that, but Antimony, this is the pinnacle of magic is invented here. I'm sure they just discovered some way to do it cheaper.
Wait, he speaks Orc?
Yeah.
That's fair.
Apparently.
That's fair.
He's a learned
Though,
guy.
oddly enough, you, as you're saying that, everyone else also understands it.
This is too much magic.
Translator house. Mr. Spud, what shop did you get this from?
But also, is there some kind of translation magic in this house?
Oh yeah, of course.
Of course, that's not so easy to come by. I assumed.
I got that maybe 3 or 4 months ago.
Is it from the same brand?
Yeah, it is.
What's the name of this brand? I see objects from them everywhere in Antimony.
Oh, it's Archimicarus's magic carpentry.
I need some spelling here because I couldn't get the name.
You can't spell Archimedes. What the heck?
Please write it down. Archimedes.
Archimedes?
Archimedes.
Here you go. It is spelled like this.
Oh, it was very close.
Archimicarus.
Is that a title or is that a name?
It's not a title you've ever heard of.
Cool.
Is that the name of the maker? Archimicarus.
I think so, yes. You probably saw the grand opening. It was kind of a big deal. New magic furniture shop opening up in town. They had a big ceremony's not quite right, but they made a big show of it outside. A lot of people rubbernecking. Pretty much everyone heard about it. But it's very much in the same way that, like, you know, everyone has an opinion when the new Tesco superstore opens in the in the town.
Well, I must say, I'm incredibly impressed by their crafts. I have no idea how they could get any money by selling at those prices. But by all means, this is amazingly made.
That's what I thought. That's why I bought it.
I need to visit this shop at least once.
It was mostly furniture when I was last there, but I had little knickknacks as well. They did get this. They gave me it for free. And he pulls a little ball bearing off of one of the shelves. Oh, watch. And he sort of puts it on. He like puts his arm on the table and then puts it on his hand, and it rolls up his arm.
Oh, is that it?
It rolls uphill.
Oh,
Crazy, right? The little imp starts frying something.
well, if only Atlas had that, eh? Shit, not Atlas. God damn it.
Sisyphus.
Syphilis. What?
Mr. Spud, does the house listen to you all the time?
It doesn't listen to me. It just translates things.
But doesn't that mean it's listening?
Well, I don't think so.
Is there some kind of demon or other outer plane creature in the translation machine as well?
I don't know exactly how the magic works. It just magics, right?
Yeah, it tends to be how I understand that sort of thing. Yeah, I
It
agree.
all just works by magic.
Exactly.
I mean, that explains like 90% of my life. So yes, I assume that makes sense. Wait, do they make things? Do they make fluff constructs like me as well?
I've seen a few that look a bit like you.
I'm sure I look more regal than them.
Hmm. Sure.
I mean, I have a working throne, and I made it myself, by the way. Say hi, Esteban.
Esteban grimaces at the world in general, as it always does.
Existence is paid.
Well, that's very good. I mean,
I-
perhaps, apparently, it's good business because they're still open. Speedy, maybe as your friend, could you could go into making furniture or something.
I also make potions.
There you go. Perfect. You could. There's so many options for you that aren't deadly.
I'm currently working on improving one of Speedy's weapons as well.
Great.
I'm dabbling in runic improvements, very useful.
Yeah, just great. More, more danger. Exactly what we need.
I mean, I'm sure a blacksmith knows at least the basics of runic improvements.
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Well, I'm going to go ask around about this Ted of yours. But
Uh,
if he's in trouble, it might be difficult, because if it was serious, he'd probably be on the top level. And, yeah, that's difficult.
is it
What's the
difficult
top
to get
level?
into, or
The top level is just for the politicians and the cult.
where is the? Is that where the prison is?
Yes.
Ah,
Well, I mean, that's where the entrance to the prison is. It sort of goes back down again, but you have to go up to get down.
right, right. Yeah. So if you're going to ask around, maybe just try to be what are your thoughts on the Empire in general?
I don't want
The
any trouble.
the imp
All right,
the imp could be
let's just leave it
listening.
at that.
Right. Okay. Anyway, thank you for the meal. We'll meet back here later, I imagine. I think these people want to go have some look at some furniture,
I must say,
something.
this Quasit is very good at cooking.
The little demon will now like push the. There's a sort of copy of the table, quasit sized in the middle, and the quasit will dish up. And once they've done that, they give a little bow and disappear in a puff of smoke. And the little table disappears. All of the other elements flip back over, and the tiny meals that have been prepared, just in another puff of smoke, just appear at full size around the table.
Wow.
Hmm,
Oh, right, eating, yes.
it is very
Oh.
good.
At that point, Spud steps out the door.
Guys, let's fucking loot the place. I'm joking, I'm joking. Unless I'm joking, I'm joking.
Well,
And with that, I think it's a good point for us to have our halftime break.
Swag.
Love.
We're back.
guys, I have no idea what this magic carpentry place is all about, but I'm suspicious as fuck.
It's Amazon. They're controlling everybody. They're listening all the time. It's Amazon.
Your father installed Alexa in the house, basically.
Yep.
What could go wrong? What could go wrong? I have no idea. Nothing could.
Nothing at all. All right. I'm gonna sign off for a minute. So I'll see you next.
Yeah, I'm gonna get something to drink. Be right back.
And I have cabbage stew to be on theme with tonight's session.
Oh boy.
How's your day been?
It has chill. Yes. Not too bad.
That's good.
I'm just wanting to think what I did. I did something. I got some stuff done. It's really bad.
fabulous.
Yeah. It's my day off, so
Ah. Well, I think I am going to be either tomorrow or the day after is going to be kind of an intense day because I've done most of the for this project. I've done most of the regular stuff, and the next chunk I have to do is all combat shouts.
oh.
So I'm just going to be standing in a box.
Give us your
screaming.
best combat shout.
I can't because it will irritate the neighbors because I am not inside my sound booth. And the good ones, you just can't do quiet. You just actually have to be loud.
I see. You're just going to be doing some visceral screaming.
Shouting
Exactly.
force.
Sign up for that.
I have to be a very boring character getting killed.
Etc.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Good.
All right.
Very
Are
good.
we all back?
I think so.
I believe so.
Great. Then,
Say yes
yes,
if you're here.
you've been left alone. You have managed to eat and relax, and everyone is going to, with that relaxation, get a nice little refresh.
Oh, what?
Yay!
What refresh? What?
That kind of refresh.
Oh, okay.
Leroy is still injured.
Well, I will because it will recharge after. I would like to take a moment to cast mending on myself,
Mm-hmm.
which is 5 more HP for me. Which is
Hooray.
I'm still injured, but less.
Mm. Yeah, what would you like to do?
I'm not really interested in that, and I have something else I'd like to go check on. Just some little upgrades for myself. So,
What
do
are
you
we
guys
doing
want
about
to?
Ted? We just
Well,
waiting
I
for
think
Spud, or
yeah, we should probably launch our own investigations, but
how do we do
depends.
that, Corin?
I don't know really. Speedy knows the area. I guess look for.
You know the Empire.
Well, we'd obviously go scout out the prison first, I guess. See if we can find anybody who knows about it. Yes, I didn't expect this place to be, leveled with different pathways between it like this. I thought we'd be able to just walk past it or something like that.
So, Corin, as
Mm.
the local expert on investigation and hiding your identity, shall I disguise myself as we go around and talk to people? Not to tell everyone that I'm royalty, basically.
Not sure. Yes, I mean probably a good idea to hide some of your fluffiness.
Royalness.
Fluffiness.
That's fine. So I would like to take a moment to prepare a disguise for myself.
All right. What
If we are
disguise
going
are
to-
you taking?
I was first gonna roll to see how convincing the disguise was, and then deciding what I was
Okay,
disguised
very well.
as, because if it was a very low roll, it was just a fake mustache.
Mm.
Basically, that was the idea. So a 17 is that decent? I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know how decent it is, but I will at the very least hide my normal color scheme under some combination of cloaks and various adventurer-looking stuff. And I will probably go with a fake beard, you know, maybe go for the look of a very small dwarf, or or a very airy halfling. You decide. So I will not. I will try to not immediately look as a doll, at the very least.
All right.
I feel like that's a very hard thing to disguise. Anyone looks at you for seconds like, wait, what the hell? That dude doesn't have skin.
I mean, I'm covering like most of my face, and the rest of my body is clothed. So it's not that difficult. Maybe if someone looks me in the eyes, they will notice something.
You don't have eyes. You can't use that term.
I have buttons.
Those aren't eyes.
Well, they work.
I'm a real boy.
I can see you, so I guess they work as eyes. You know. Coraline.
What the hell?
Yes, exactly.
Oh, right.
Exactly. Like
Yeah, if we're going to go straight to the prison, I'd like to take care of my thing first to be better prepared. We, yeah, ideally, we'd look for. Sorry, say again.
What are you doing?
Oh, I just have a friend, I
A
guess.
secret?
Here. No, it's not secret. Sorry, I just have a friend I know here, an acquaintance, I guess, who I'd like to look at getting some, arm and weapon upgrades, perhaps.
Is she pretty?
He, and I don't know, I'm not, I don't know, I don't like that sort of thing.
Oh.
You don't like pretty people?
It's never interested me. But, yeah, let's... Yeah. If, I know this is like hopeful and whatnot, but if we can somehow find, as weird as this might sound, a underground rebellion, something like that. I don't even know how we'd go about finding this, but this is the thing you hear in stories,
The people who are organized against the Empire? Wouldn't they
Yeah.
call the rebels?
Yeah, okay, now stop that. I don't know how likely that is to actually be found, especially in a stronghold like this, but it's worth keeping an eye out for. Very close
Pretty
to the
good
ground.
at spotting secret societies and groups.
That should definitely be helpful then. There's Thief Guild here? I don't know, I've never run into one. What? Well, you... Okay. It's literally just upgrading my armor and weapons. I'm sorry if I made it sound secretive. It's not. It's just I'm here. I don't really care about a furniture shop. I just like to. Sure. Shall we say we'll meet back here dinner time? What time is it now, DM?
It's about it's about 8 a.m.
Oh my god. Okay, let's meet here about lunchtime then. Okay, sounds great. Well, don't get in too much trouble, obviously. Eyeing up Leroy and Yulof.
As you leave, Corin, I will give you a small cat-shaped figurine. If you need to hide yourself, this should help.
What is it?
It's a talisman. It's a Onyx Panther.
What do I do with it? Do I throw it at the ground? Is it a smoke bomb or?
Now it's just you can just activate it to sneak faster.
How do I activate it? Do I throw it at the ground or?
Now you just think about it and make
I
you
think
fast.
about this.
It's an envision action. It's a free action envision when you use a sneak action.
What is a free action? What are you talking about?
You just think that you want to go faster, and it
Okay.
works. While sneaking.
Running around at the speed of sound.
Got a sneak
Anyway.
fast. Okay.
All right. Then I think we shall kick off with. Let's
just
start
say-
with our imperial friend.
Yeah, my thing is literally just pretty much shopping. I'm going to use the card. The Imperial Friend's me, obviously, isn't it? I'm not just like stealing the spotlight here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm using I Know a Guy. When I was escaping the Empire, a friendly person, sort of like a doesn't really care about the Empire, not actively against it, not for it. I owe him a favor because he helped me escape, so I'm going to go visit him. And he was a quite decent blacksmith / engineer who is in antimony that I know of.
Yes, indeed. You will be familiar with a man by the name of Santiago de Akia.
Nice.
Not famous, but a very well renowned amongst those in the know. Imperial engineer who's technically still part of the Imperial Army, but is known to be sympathetic to people who are no longer official.
Nice.
And my question to you is, how are you going to go about finding him in antimony?
I could probably just ask around.
Okay, you're going to be loud about this. Excellent.
Well, I'm going to be asking around like other merchants. Is there like a mercantile district or a smith's
absolutely.
district? Okay, I'm going to start there. I'm going to go into the first shop that I see and be like, "Excuse me, is this Santiago's Emporium?" Oh, I need to put an accent. Hey there, buddy. Excuse me, is this Santiago's? Yeehaw.
Give me just a straight D20 roll.
Oh, yeah.
You walk into a place by shocking coincidence. You walked not into either of the two blacksmithies, but into the alley between them, and managed to see a little. I don't know why, but you decided that the appropriate course of action was to just go into the first door you saw, behind the smithies rather than into the actual smithies themselves, which is some sort of warehouse. Inside, you will immediately hear the sound of an explosion. Small explosion.
Drawing my sword.
And you will see a man pop up from a pile of rubble, soot-covered face, goggles, like big, just armor, but armor that is clearly made to protect you from explosions rather than fighting. because it's entirely on the front. And it'll say, Is that you, Corin? Oh,
Ah,
it has been so long.
oh, fellow Russian, yeah. I mean, sorry, Santiago, is that you?
Yes,
Oh,
come
God.
in. We shall have some
Oh, this is
schnapps.
awful. I hate this.
You did this.
Yeah, I'm gonna walk up. We weren't that close. I'll give him a nod, handshake if he goes for one, but if not, I'll just pretend.
Absolutely, he will. You'll see that he's changed a little bit since you last saw him.
He's fatter.
No, he's lost one of his
Aren't
eyes.
we all?
Oh, God. It's probably a bit lighter then.
So the place you could see, he's lost one of his eyes. He has some sort of partially armored lobster on his shoulder, and behind him
course.
is a massive, like, circular sort of, almost looks like some sort of weird frame made of metal chunks, with a whole bunch of pipes going into it, that was glowing and has apparently just exploded a little bit. And he sort of puts like a rag over his shoulder and cleans some soot off the lobster, saying, "What can I do for you there, my friend?"
Well, look, I know that I owe you a favor currently, but I was wondering if, since I'm here and my weapons now are a bit worse for wear, maybe you could help me upgrade them a little bit. And by a little bit, I mean a complete overhaul, starting from scratch, pretty much.
Ah, well, I could certainly do this for you. What exactly is it you're trying to get?
Well, first thing is just a standard breastplate, just something a bit more. Second is I'm gonna go into my little rucksack, pull out a sheet of paper and unfurl it on, hopefully a clean surface, where I have quite in-depth schematics for just a great sword, but it's just my sword, but a lot bigger.
Ah, right. This looks challenging to use.
Yes, don't worry about that. I'll be fine with that. I don't really have the components or time currently to put it together, but I know that it'll work fine. I have a practical smaller version here. It was the beta, as you'd probably say.
I think I could do this for you, but I will need
Yes.
something in return.
Money or...
No, I need a favor.
Oh, great. Well, I owe you a favor, so yeah,
Indeed.
how about we call it even then after this favor?
I mean, you do owe me a favor, and I am
Oh,
doing you
okay,
another
okay,
favor.
okay. Yes, fine.
You see, the cult of this city has confiscated some rather important components for me.
Mm.
If you can get them back, then, well, I will start making these things for you now, and hopefully I shall be finished by the time you get it back.
Sure, sounds fine. Do you have any more information about it? Or...
I do. It is an arcane resonance chamber.
Right.
It's a big, sort of about the size of you, actually. If you were to sort of scrunch up a bit, and it's mostly made of brass, all glowing with the blue light and all that. Don't hit it. If you hit it too much, it may explode. I need that back.
Great. And do you know where they took it, or do I just start hitting people until they tell me where it is?
Oh no, I know where they took it. They have a confiscation area.
Oh, that's convenient. Where is it?
It's next to the prisons. I believe they keep it
Oh,
just sort of near where they process new prisoners, so that they take the things off them and then they put them in the vault, and then I'm sure they take, take their pick of things they think are shiny, but I don't know why any of them would need my chamber.
So, you want me to break into an Empire vault to recover something that could explode if I drop it?
Exactly. I knew I had picked the right man for the job. But it's
Okay.
all right. I understand this is a challenging thing. I do have something that may give you a little bit of an advantage.
It's a challenge I'm not too worried about, but I think this sort of makes us about even, doesn't it?
Yeah, I would understand that.
Look,
But
I'll buy you a round of drinks, then we'll call it even after.
oh, that sounds good to me. But you
Okay,
will
great.
need this.
Hmm?
And he will sort of chuck over to you a little, quite heavy silver, like a silver clasp that you might see on a cloak.
Yes.
It's a circle with an ornate femur bone on it, and there's just a little bit of blood in some of the crevices of the etching.
Just holding it between two fingers like it's a something gross. Santiago, what
Yes.
the hell? What is this?
Ah, well, you will need this to get into the upper level.
Oh, okay, that's fine then. The blood on it meant to be there, or
I would clean it if I were you. It feels a
okay.
little bit warm.
What the blood does?
No, the whole
Okay.
thing.
Cool. I'll just spit rub it off then and be like, great. So I'll come back with it as soon as I have it then.
Or you can keep it. I've got a few.
Oh, okay. Is this one circlet enough for, say, 4 people to get through the gate, or do we need one each?
4 people. Typically, I mean, you could probably get your way up with just one, but you're going to need an excuse.
Well, there are 4 of us, and if we're going to break in, we could use 4 then, or maybe 3. No, 3'd be better.
All
If we
right,
could.
all right. Let me see how many I've got. And he will go into another room and come back with 2 more. And one of the white cloaks you saw the people wearing. Also,
Nice.
stained, to put it lightly.
Beautiful.
That's all I could get. Do what you can with it.
Stained by blood, I imagine.
Yeah, among other things.
Oh, fucking great. Okay, thanks. I'll be off then. It's nice to see you. We'll have a catch up after all of this
Oh,
is
yes.
tied up. Yes.
I shall look forward to it.
And I'll just put my hand down, shake his, and head off.
Mhm. And you will see him as you're leaving, just with the picture of holding up the diagram you gave him, and you see that he's begun sketching, and it seems like he's trying to work out whether he can put sights on your sword.
What the fuck? Good sword.
All right. And let's jump over to the rest of the group. Weird.
Oh wow.
I mean, Santiago's supposed to sound Spanish, but apparently I can't do that accent today.
Just
How
generally
Spanish does it
foreign.
sound like?
It was
Just do
it was all
Mexican.
good.
That's pretty much the same. It's only
Oof.
kind of racist, isn't it?
Josh, just as we're making our way through the city, are there any performers, any street performers? Are there any kind of what is the energy of this city?
The energy of the
Of a
city
morning.
is pretty lively. There's a bunch of street performers. There's
Mhm.
a lot of sort of juggling, of contortionism.
Okay.
What do you call it? Like balancing on each other, that sort of thing.
Mhm.
Acrobatics, yes. There's a lot of. Oddly enough, there isn't any sort of magical performance that's going on. It all seems to be very much, look what I can do with my body, kind of a deal.
Yes. Okay. All right. Thank you.
I assume that magical performances are heavily regulated because of the wall.
Give me a thievery. Oh yeah, you remember.
Mm. I think you're the founding member, really.
You just know where their hideout is.
While there is probably not enough time to do a proper gather information, I would like to at least keep an eye and an ear out for any rumors or conversations that might give us any kinds of hints about, particularly, prisoners, inquisition and stuff, but even just stuff that sounds important or interesting for our current situation.
Okay. I don't think there would be much, to be honest, that you're just picking up on the street.
Yeah, if I don't ask around, I'm not getting much, I guess. But I'm just letting you know that I'm keeping an eye and an ear out for now. If anything comes up.
You head down there. Outside the front, it's very sort of neon sign style. It's got magical signage with a little picture of this big face that looks sort of kind of feathered instead of hair, that's just flicking back and forth of the face winking just into the general vicinity. And there's also a little dancing table sort of on the neon. Inside, through the windows, you can see big windows, a lot of sort of oak mahogany furniture, a lot of very fine looking stuff. There's a red carpet just that extends just slightly into the street.
Is there a line or are there many customers currently?
You can see there's a couple people milling about, just sort of browsing. One of them is a man, sort of balding, looks to be in his 50s, in a very plush armchair, just sort of leaning back and refusing to get up.
I'm gonna flex a little bit, and I'm entering the shop on Esteban.
Okay. Ooh.
Yeah. Yiloth, I'm not gonna lie, she's probably outside, like staring at somebody doing some juggling or something.
I will take you to I will take you aside for a bit and explain better my point. You see, I am a little suspicious about the prices here, but I'm also fascinated by their craftsmanship, and I want to at least investigate a bit and know if they do stuff similar to the stuff that I make, you know? What? Sorry? I am going to investigate a little bit the shop. Yeah. Also, I want to start asking around after this, but you know, this seems to be the new sensation in town, and it's probably a good place to get a better idea of how the town is doing in general. Also, also, there is a non-zero chance that they might be spying on the populace, and I want to make sure if that's true. I would recommend some this. What's the word again? Corin taught me the word the other day. Hmm. I will recommend to be discreet. I think the word was discreet. Good. I am. I will go by Mr. Solomon. Sure.
Was that an Archer's reference? What was that?
I believe it's. I believe it's. Isn't it about that reference?
Okay.
I believe that's a Batman villain.
He's
as well.
also a Batman villain, but I don't think that was the
Right.
origin of it.
We shall
Well-
have no talk of Batman here.
Okay, sorry.
Are we in
I don't remember.
the Marvel universe?
Oh, God.
What is it you wish to do then?
Let's.
I am going to be outside of the shop, looking at whoever's doing performances in the area, trying to learn their skills. I want to pick up some new skills, but also listening out for any chat about the shop.
Okay, absolutely, you can do that.
I will start browsing in the meantime.
I'll take a perception from Yuloth.
Okay. An 18.
Okay. While that's going on, so we have Speedy in the shop. You can see that there's one person clearly owning the shop, or at least operating it. A man, pretty tall, looks fairly sort of elf-like, with very aquiline features, and instead of hair, has just this big mane of like sort of hawk-like feathers. In a big sort of floofy robe, sort of standing hirsute behind the counter. Oh, I don't believe I've had any free offers recently, but I do pride myself on making my wares affordable to the general public. Oh, no, not at all, not at all. It is simply that the enchanting industry has been overcharging people for centuries, and an awful lot of it really isn't necessary. If you streamline your operation, you can really make things quite affordable. Give me a perception there.
Nice.
Seems honest. Oh, I pride myself on making quality merchandise. If I can do anything to help, please just let me know, and I'll do whatever I can to assist. Mm-hmm.
Oh shit.
So
Sorry if you guys heard me typing. My bad.
currently, I was browsing and specifically looking for the. I was looking for a couple things specifically. I'm curious to see any demon summoning stuff or summoning furniture in general, because that looks especially fancy. I wanted to see if the shop has any kind of puppet-like constructs or constructs in general, because
Okay.
for obvious reasons, and also anything you know anything that looks any kind of familiar, like animated stuff that I stuff that looks especially well made, or that looks especially cheap compared to the quality.
Everything here looks exceedingly well made and far, far, far cheaper than it should be.
Okay, so I will particularly try to focus on the stuff that looks more expensive, regardless of the actual price.
Mm-hmm. You'll be able to find something that probably jumps out at you, Leroy, is a huge, full-sized, entirely golden throne.
Okay, that definitely catches my attention.
And it has a little plaque that says, the portable regality.
Is there some kind of explanation to what it does, or just the name?
No, all of them have a little sort of thing at the bottom that says, "For demonstrations, please inquire."
Would I be able to guess from the crafting and maybe some sigils or stuff?
Give me an arcana, but it's going to be difficult.
Okay, that's fine. I'm just curious to know if I can guess the. I mean, that's a 22. Like, why do I keep rolling acrobatics instead of arcana? I'm sorry.
So
I don't know why it keeps doing this. It's a 22.
At the top of the chair, at the top of the throne, there is a stylized crown, and from the sigils, you reckon that if someone were to tug onto the crown, the rest of the chair would disappear into the crown.
I need to see the price tag for this.
The price tag is 15 silver.
Are you fucking kidding me? Sorry, I shouldn't shout, but like, what the fuck? I am.
You'd say there's probably like, if it's a very thin layer coating, then there's probably at least, 35 gold's worth of just gold on this thing.
I am all kinds of perturbed, and I would like. Well, actually, I have a question. Are the items? I don't need to touch an item to do the reading, but I need to get fairly close. So, are the items behind some kind of protection, or is it?
No, they're just out.
so I could just like touch it if I wanted to.
You could, yes.
I'm not actually gonna touch it because I have respect for the shop, but I will like nonchalantly keep my hand close to it and try to get a reading on this. If there is anything to read, I don't know, but it looks so unique and well crafted that I assume that there is something to feel. If there is nothing, it will be suspicious as well. So you know. So is there any kind of psychometric resonance on this thing?
Okay. When you try and detect your psychometric resonance, I need you to make me a will save, please.
Oh my fuck. Okay, that's fair. Will. This is will. Okay.
Oh,
29.
very nice.
That's a that's a good roll.
So,
The best.
what you are going to get first, you're going to take 2d10 psychic damage.
Even with a 29. Wow.
Yes,
I mean,
you take 4 psychic damage.
the roll
Jesus
was
Christ.
very good, but like I did the damage. I did the
Mhm.
damage. The roll was very good. If a 29 is not enough to save, or if that's with a save,
That's with a save.
I'm
Not a crit save, but a save.
especially concerned. Okay, then
So, you are going to have your mind blasted, and you are standing around a circle with dozens and dozens of people wearing white robes, all chanting. You can see that there is what appears to be someone in the circle with a dagger in their chest. You could see that down in the distance, you could see the city laid out before you. You can see that this isn't like a nighttime ritual. This is sort of in the day. You are out in sort of if you think your classic kind of Greek temple with the open top, that kind of a situation, and you will then feel your head being grabbed by someone next to you, and a man with a big blonde beard um, sort of slaps you and then looks directly into your eyes, and then you're back. And I will take an esoteric lore from you.
big blonde beard, you said. Sorry,
Big blonde beard.
I'm. This is all kinds of weird. Let's see what I get with this roll.
Is it
I mean,
fucking Geppetto?
that's a 24.
You know that wasn't the past, that was now.
I I take a moment to recollect myself. I'm already assuming the answer, but I will ask just to be sure. Is it a reasonable assumption to say that someone noticed that I was looking to some extent, or at least noticed that something was wrong? Because I was like the whole bearded folk was seemed to be perturbed by my presence, I'd say.
I would like to ask you to set your mind back to comments I made previously this session.
Right at the beginning.
I'm trying to think of all the things
Something that Yulof noticed.
Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. I get it. Fuck. Fuck. So, I don't have any way to actually do this properly, but I will at the very least do a some kind of superstition like throwing salt over my shoulder or something. The local equivalent of touching wood or whatever. It's proper in the valley. Just out of pure superstition here. And then I will walk around the place and see if the place has puppets, particularly, or something equivalent to puppets. Anything that...
You can find that there are puppet-sized sort of ragdoll constructs, but they aren't puppets. They're just animated dolls.
As a side note, when I say puppets, I don't mean sentient puppets. Like, from what I understand, puppet is also the name of animated dolls, like animated servant dolls, non-sentient.
Yes, yeah.
So these are basically what I would be if I wasn't sentient, or are they a different kind of construct?
They have a lot more porcelain than you do.
I mean, I believe that some puppets are porcelain made, but that makes sense, yes. So, cool. Do they have the symbol of the place visible on their body?
They all have it stitched somewhere on their clothing.
In a recognizable place, like always the same place or different places?
Different places.
Good to know. Good to know. They look well made, functional, and so on, yes?
Yeah, they look good.
I'm not trying to read it, but do I get resonance from them as well? Like just knowing if there is anything.
Yeah, there's everything in this place is real magic. Everything has a resonance.
So there was a lot of effort put in most of these. Okay, and the symbol of the place. Can you describe it? Like what
it's sort of a like a big R with sorry, R. I'm not talking about a big A.
Okay. That actually was clearer to me because that's how you say it in Italian, so you know.
With a sort of beneath it with a circle with a diagonal line going up across the bottom of it.
And it doesn't remind me of any other symbols I know, as far as I'm concerned.
I don't think you would know it, no.
Okay. Do I know the symbol of the Freemason place, the bone people?
No, you wouldn't know that.
But I know that there is a secret society of bone people.
I mean, you've guessed that that's the case, and also Spud told you.
I mean, Ulet told me, or someone told me. That's what I mean. Like I don't know directly. I know because the other people told me. Okay, I will mentally tell myself to check. And the people in the circle looked like the bone people. Like Ulot pointed to me the people in white.
Yes.
They were reasonably the same group.
Yes. While you're thinking about that,
I will make a mental note to confront the symbol of the shop with the symbol of the bone people as soon as I get to see it. Okay, go on.
While you think about that, Yuloth, Speedy, what is it you two are doing? Okay, you're finding Leroy. Yuloth?
Anything interesting happening on the street? Have I learned any new juggling skills?
Oh, give me an acrobatics then.
Oh, no. No. Josh, no. Balance? Balance, tumble through? I'm just proposing that might be a slightly different skill set, but that's more like whole body. I was thinking it might be more like
acrobatics is what you
like
use
thievery,
for the
manipulating objects.
You use for the physicality of it. Performance is how you schnazz it up.
Okay, well, I still think it's thievery, but let's have a 16.
Absolutely. You have been watching some people, and they've got enough balls that you can, they're happy for you to grab some and have a go.
Balls. Oh, really?
Yes.
Can I get Mage Hand involved to help me?
Yes, you absolutely can. And you will get to the point where you can just about do a full juggle, a full 3-ball juggle.
Excellent. And do I hear anything while I'm out here about the shop, or about the bone people, or about the prison, or
You won't hear much about the prison, but you will hear about the shop. Apparently, business was really booming, and now it's just steadily starting to peter out. From what they're seeing, at least from what they've been watching.
Mm-hmm. Oh, my headphones died. No, they
Okay,
haven't.
you're back?
Okay, I'm back.
Okay. Yeah, from what you've heard, it sounds like the big business in the shop early on, and it's just been steadily going down and petering out over time. And also that people who buy stuff from the shop, very bad tippers. Very bad
Okay.
at tipping their local entertainment.
Okay. Okay. Fine. And there's can I make any kind of alliance with anybody just to ask, like, what they think of the shopkeeper?
Yeah, they don't really seem to interact with the shopkeeper very much. They haven't really seen him come outside much.
Ooh. Yeah. Okay. That's all gravy. Thank you. I'm happy with that.
Okay. Then you'll be able to reunite.
I would like to have a word with the shopkeeper. Just a quick word. My Solomon, but yeah. Great, greetings, shopkeeper. I believe this is your place. Yes, it's quite impressive.
Yes, indeed. Thank you. I appreciate you noticing. It is rather good. It's been a lot of work to get it here, but I think it's been worth it.
I am. You can call me Solomon. Mr. Solomon will suffice. It's a great pleasure. Can I assume you are Mr. R? Sorry, help me with the name. Archimar. This is the actual player not being able to pronounce the name.
Yes.
Archimicarus. Yeah.
Absolutely. It is a pleasure to meet you, Mr. Solomon.
On a side note, mental note, would I know if he's an elf or something else elf looking? Like,
He looks like an elf. He just has this weird feather hair thing going on.
And the feathers are not a common. Don't
No.
him being anything else but a feather.
You can't think of any species of people that have feathers.
Okay, so it's. I will assume some kind of magical, intentional or unintentional magical thing. I'm assuming, but that's me. So I was wondering about a number of things, but I would like to. I am myself. Well, I'm starting my craftsmanship as an enchanter. I consider myself a well-educated amateur, to be fair, but I do some enchanting myself. So I was wondering about some of the details. Of course, I don't expect you to tell me your secrets because this looks like something that will cost me an arm and a leg to learn, at the very least?
Not at all, not at all. If you would like, I'd be happy to show you my workshop. I am very much in favor of spreading this knowledge to anyone who desires to learn.
I assume that with the amount of work on display, you don't work on your own on these kind of projects. Do you have apprentices or maybe some kind of...
Oh no, it's all me.
Really? You have managed to craft all of
Just
these
myself.
things? Do you
There's
have...
a lot of work.
You don't have subcontractors, at least for the non-magical parts?
I do get people to start out the base furniture, but I like to finish it off myself.
Oh,
With the right touch, you know?
I perfectly know. Esteban here, my trusty chair, I started from an actual, from a normal, kind of normal chair, and then I added my touch as well. So I perfectly understand. Are you from town? Did you maybe study at the conservatory? You look a very well-taught person and enchanter, so I'm curious.
Oh no, I came from Vim, actually.
Oh, the other big university in the valley, of course. Are you
Indeed.
what's the word again? Are you acquainted with the locals, I assume? At least for, I don't know how do you open shop in antimony? Do you need to get permission from the local conservatory, or maybe I heard about a very big magic organization that is associated with the conservatory, the cult of what was their name again?
Holy shit, that's a lot of dice. I really. You must have been away for a while. Maybe she'll just wander into the shop. Just
Tell me.
Absolutely, you can wander into the shop.
So I have two questions for Josh. First, tell me if I'm about to die, and second, if I'm trying to sound as much as possible as someone with a lot of curiosity and out of town. So tell me if I need to roll a deception to sound clueless as fuck, basically.
If you want to sound clueless, absolutely you can give me a deception roll.
It's not going to undo the 8 dice that they've already. Oh my god.
I will spend an hero point on that. Absolutely spend an hero point on that.
Okay.
That's way better.
Okay.
I would also like to roll, like, to get a general vibe check on this person, you know.
That's a perception.
I assume so, yes.
As it happens, I already rolled it.
The perception...
Your general vibe check is this person seems very upfront and honest and genuine, very genuinely excited for his craft.
So either he's very good at lying or he's clueless about whatever is going on in this shop. Why, like, tell me if I'm wrong, but even if the perception roll tells me that he doesn't seem to be lying, I can still distrust him and just assume that he's very...
Oh yeah, no, this is just the vibe you get. You can think whatever you like.
Okay, good. So yeah, at least from the vibe, it looks up front, which is very suspicious. But still.
I don't actually frequently get the chance to work with someone of your particular nature. I don't suppose you would mind assisting me with a small matter, would you?
God.
Well,
Mm-hmm.
well, I'm certainly intrigued, but I came here with some friends, so I would, at the very least, would it be okay for them to, come with? At the very least, I don't want to leave them alone. I am. Are you actually calling me Leroy, or are you using the name that I told you several times to use? Thank you.
Oh no, of course. Um, I I was just hoping you might be able to assist me with a small project. See, I've been working on a what I'm calling mood furniture that changes color depending on your mood. So if you're feeling sad, it'll be a sort of pleasant, relaxing blue sort of a thing, that kind of thing. But I've been trying to find people who have an innate arcane essence to them because I need to work out whether it would interfere with the enchantment beforehand. And I was. Yes?
Well, don't worry. I'm quite interested in, and this sounds like an intriguing concept. I might have some previous arrangements for the evening, so I might need to ask if it's possible to do this on a different date.
Well, if you would like, it would only take less than a minute, really. I just need you to sit in a. Well, it's not really a chair, more of a plank that I've built, just to see if it still changes color.
Hmm. Well,
And of course, I'd be happy to pay you for your assistance and your expertise.
I, my dear friend, I would really like to assist you, but I'm afraid my health is giving me some troubles later. As you see, I need the help of Esteban here to walk around, and I feel like I might be about to have a sugar problem. I will need to get. I'll be help me. How do you say it in English when you have low sugar suddenly?
Just low sugar. Being tired, I guess, would be the medieval equivalent.
Uh,
A spell.
you see, I have a condition that requires me to keep track of the amount of sugar I eat, and I feel like I might be about to faint if I don't quickly get to a place.
Oh, that sounds very
Diabetes.
serious. Perhaps I should go get you some sugar then.
I will be back in a bit. My attendant is outside and should have what I need.
At this point, Uloth will be coming in. No one seems to be starting to surround you.
Oh, let's get to that place where you left the snacks. I will be back in the following days, friend. Don't worry, I'm not wasting the chance to see your workshop. It's just not today. I'm sorry to say, but I need a number.
Of course, of course.
But it was a pleasure to meet you, and I will be sure to come again soon.
Please, here, have a card. And if you like, I'd be happy to send send some correspondence if you let me know where you're staying.
As I, I'm currently changing addresses, but I will write to you as soon as I have a stable one.
Ah, very good, very good. He will pass you a little very nice calling card, all gold foil.
As I walk away, or rather as Esteban walks away, I signal him to go towards Ulot, and like the moment Esteban is covering me, I'm trying my best to use an improvised sign language to tell Ulot, let's get out of here.
Yuloth, would you?
How far away are we?
Well, I've said you've entered the shop maybe 5 or 6 times now.
Yes,
Uh,
yes. How big
So
is
you're
the
in the shop if you want to be.
Okay, that's fine. I
Is there
can
anything
read
you
the
want to
sign
do, Yuloth?
language. No. I'll just
Okay.
well, yeah, no, I don't think that. Yeah.
Okay.
Are there any small items in this shop?
Oh, there's plenty. There's lots of little knickknacks on shelves on display.
Knickknacks. Yes. Anything that looks particularly of interest?
For you, there is there's a bunch of little snow globes, but instead of snow, they're just different kinds of weather, and one of them is a little farm. Has a rainbow in it.
Okay. Perhaps using the No, there's no point in taking this risk. Okay, that's fine. Is there a price tag on them at all?
Yes, 4 copper.
Oh my god.
This place is so suspicious.
She's gonna approach. Presumably, it's not just the one shopkeep. Presumably, there's other people.
No, it is just one shopkeep.
It is just him. All right. Well, she is going to see Leroy's communication, give him a quick nod, and then bring the prettiest of the snow globes up to the man and just say, "Oh, I'd like to buy this."
Oh, absolutely. That would just be 4 copper then, please.
Your feathers are absolutely beautiful. Where did you get them?
Oh, thank you very much for noticing. I try to keep good care of them. It's just a thing I was born with.
You were born with feathers?
Yes.
Are you a bird?
Oh, yes.
Oh, wonderful. She's genuinely delighted. Bird people are real.
You haven't heard of
Wow.
bird people before, but
No, I'm very excited. Are you from Antimony?
oh, I'm from Vim actually.
Oh, from Vim. Oh, are there other bird people in Vim?
Yeah, not a lot. You know how it happens. You're helping carrying messages for a particularly lazy wizard. A spell goes wrong, you fly in the wrong direction, and suddenly, everything's different.
Wonderful. Well, it really suits you.
Oh, thank you very much. It's
Well,
nice to hear someone say that.
How do you manage to sell such lovely objects at such a low price?
Ah, well, to be honest, he sort of comes in conspiratorially and covers the side of his mouth. I make a massive loss.
Hey. Why would you do that?
Because I don't quite understand this thing humanoid society has with gathering money. I don't see why I shouldn't just give people nice things.
And you're spreading joy in the world. That's
Well,
just
that's certainly the
wonderful.
hope.
Just wonderful. Thank you so much for my snow globe.
My pleasure.
And she'll wander off to catch up.
I'd like a perception for everyone, please.
I was just trying to add something to my inventory, but I can come out of that.
That's a good one.
Skills.
Oh my fuck!
Whoa.
I love that my best is still middling.
I mean, everyone rolled really well. So all of you will notice as you leave, that Archimicrus gives some sort of. It looks like a weird hand gesture.
Yeah,
Just
we're all looking for his hands. That's why we
vaguely in the
saw it.
direction out of the window. Speedy, you will see the two people trying to look like they're lounging across the street, hanging out of upper story windows, who return a gesture and make a distinctly pointy gesture in the direction of Leroy, and then disappear into their respective houses. And that, I think, is where we shall leave
Oh
it for the
my
evening.
god, we've been rumbled.
Before we leave, there was something I wanted to do very quick. I have the business card, yes? The,
Yes.
that's what I'm kind of suspicious about. I have the business card, correct?
Mhm.
Some sort of a business. Do I get the resonance from it as well?
This actually doesn't have a resonance to it, no.
Which is reasonable because it's just a business card, but you know.
It is magical, but it doesn't have a resonance.
I will ask Yulot if she can to try. Do you have detect magic? I always forget if you have.
Yes, yeah.
I will
yeah.
ask you as soon as we are outside. I will ask you to use to see if you can check the magic on it.
Well, sure, I didn't do it inside because I felt like absolutely everything would be magical.
Well, yeah, of course.
So there wouldn't be any point. But you want me to check the card?
Yeah, I am. I have a very poignant suspicion that this might be a tracking spell.
Oh, what about my snow globe? Do you think that's a tracking spell?
I have no idea it's possible.
Okay, well, she'll go ahead and cast
Wait.
detect magic.
Yeah, absolutely. It's magical. It actually has a necrotic aura to it.
What, the business card?
The business card.
Okay.
Oh fuck. Oh fuck. Oh fuck. Did you did, did you say something about a thieves guild? I think that's our next stop. Yeah, but out of character. That's our next stop. Oh fuck. We are so fuck. We are Corin is the safe one. That's not even the worst part. Like Yulot knows the symbol of the cult of bones, yes?
Yeah?
Is it similar to the symbol of the shop?
Yeah.
I think we've all seen
The
it,
shop.
haven't we?
You know it, and Corin knows it.
Okay.
But yeah, the shop symbol is like a sleeker version of it.
Fuck! Okay. It was pretty easy, to be fair.
No idea what's going on. I must have slept through.
As actually, I will suggest you to use message, and then I will relay everything, but only as a response to message while we are like one in front of the other, very close.
You do have to whisper or mouth words quietly for message.
I will cover my mouth while I whisper.
Okay.
Okay, to
But
be
then
clear, you're
magic
casting
can-
message and
I'm-
informing the group of what?
Yeah, well,
I'm asking Yulot to cast message on me so that I can respond with message with the response to describe my vision. Basically.
I'm just gonna lean in and I'm gonna say, I think there's a reason they use hand gestures. But well, they can magically intercept messages. I think we might be better off.
But can they do it if the message, like, I assume that they need to, I don't know, honestly.
I don't know. It might be better to go somewhere quiet and maybe leave my
Let's
snow globe.
let's find a quiet place. And now let's.
Well, this all sounds like things to do next time.
Definitely.
We are
Shit.
so fucked. We are so.
Okay, I'm around next session. Yeah.
All right. Thank you all very much for playing.
Oh my god, so many notes, Josh. So many notes.
Any feedback? Stuff to improve? Stuff could be done different?
I am absolutely terrified, and good job. The seeding and subsequent description of this creepy cult thing is extremely on point, and I'm impressed.
A big thumbs up
thanks,
from
bud.
Central, Josh.
Yes, wasn't that clear? I was trying to give a specific compliment.
Yeah.
Like you
Very
were
specific.
very good both at foreshadowing or seeding or however you want to call it, and the various build up to the oh my god, this is actually terrible.
The way we've been using it that I want to be consistent with is if the card specifically says you do something, then it can only be used on you. If it is vague about who it affects, then it can be used on anyone. All right.
Gentle people, I'm gonna log off because I'm knackered today. But
Sounds
thank
good.
you for a fun session,
Sleep
everyone. I'll
well.
see you in a
Sounds
few
very
weeks.
nice.
It was
Bye.
super and have a nice one.
And midnight for you, when sneaking with a group, you automatically succeed. Yep. Thanks so much for playing.